Welcome back, Interior Alaska. No, don't adjust your set, Mr. Lewis, taking some much needed time off. But I missed you. And with that, the Interior's only local televised sportscast rolls on. And we began with a little life on ice. Now, the Fairbanks Ice Dogs were hoping to nail down a crucial victory on the road and against their hated rival Wenatchee Wild, but the visitors instead came up short 2-1 in the opener of the three-game series between the top two teams in the NAHL West Division. The second-place Ice Dogs and the first-place Wild played scoreless for more than 50 minutes. Ice Dogs forward Patrick Newell ending the game's offensive drought in the third period with his 8th goal and 18th point of the season. But the Wild would score two within 2 minutes of each other late in the third to get the win. Both teams were back in action tonight and lock horns again at 4 p.m. on Sunday. The Ice Dogs return home to the Big Dipper Ice Arena next Friday and Saturday to face the Janesville Jets at 7:30 each night in the Dipper. The Springfield, Illinois Junior Blues visit Fairbanks also on January 18th and 19th. Lance Armstrong, the American cyclist at the center of the biggest doping scandal in the sport's history, may admit he used performance-enhancing drugs during his career. The New York Times reported Saturday in their edition, citing unidentified sources. Now, such an admission would be a stunning reversal for Armstrong, who has repeatedly denied doping for years. The Times reported the 41-year-old Armstrong has told associates and anti-doping officials he may make the admission in hopes of persuading anti-doping officials to allow him to resume competition in athletic events that adhere to the World Anti-Doping Code, under which Armstrong is currently subject to a lifetime ban. Asked if Armstrong might admit to doping, Armstrong's lawyer Tim Herman told the Times, quote, "Lance has to speak for himself on that," close quote. The newspaper, citing an unidentified person briefed on the situation, said Armstrong has been in discussions with the United States Anti-Doping Agency and met with Travis Tigert, the agency's chief executive. Now, also, as we've reported in an October 10th report from the USADA, cited Armstrong's involvement in what it characterized as the, quote, most sophisticated, professionalized, and successful doping program the sport has ever seen, involving human growth hormone, blood transfusions, and other doping. Less than 2 weeks after that report, Armstrong's 7 Tour de France victories were nullified, and he was banned from cycling for life after the International Cycling Union ratified the USADA's sanctions against him. And finally, and sadly, a sign of our times, 3 teenagers have been charged in the death of a man who was shot and robbed for his new Air Jordan shoes last month in Houston, Texas. 18-year-old Neil Bland, 19-year-old Anthony Quinn Wade, and 19-year-old Keegan Arrington have all been charged with capital murder. Harris County Sheriff's deputies said 2 men had just returned from a shopping mall with new Air Jordan Retro 11 breads on December 21st when they were approached by suspects in a green car who demanded the sneakers. One of the victims jumped out of the car and escaped to safety. The other victim, 22-year-old Joshua Wood, got behind the steering wheel and drove off. But the suspects fired at his vehicle, hitting him in the head, investigators said. Wood then crashed his car into the side of a house and severed a gas line. He was rushed to a hospital where he later died. Anthony Quinn Wade, the third teen that was charged, remained in a Harris County jail on Tuesday. The other 2 teens, Bland and Arrington, were due in court on Wednesday to have attorneys assigned. Just not worth it. Now, much closer to home, the Mount McKinley Bank Holiday Basketball Tournament wraps up this evening, as does the John Tobin Wrestling Tournament out at North Pole High School. Alaska Nanook men try to get another one on the road tonight after a big win at Central Washington. They're in Nampa, Idaho, taking on former Hutchinson High School standout Kevin Rima and the Crusaders from Northwest Nazarene, while the Lady Nanooks look to rebound from Thursday's loss to Simon Fraser. Tonight, the Lady Vikings of Western Washington invaded Patty Center. Boy, I tell you, I've been off. I'm just getting all tongue-tied here. Now, my man Joe Cook has all of that and more on Monday, but for now, keep it locked right here because Holly's coming back with your weather. She's next, and we'll see you.